and also our country as a whole. And they are trying to do that just now.
All right, and now Mr. Dunn.
Thank you. Well, the question here is, who is the best candidate? I really don't know who the best candidate is. I think the voters will decide who the best candidate is. I think that that's the best way to do that. I do believe I'm qualified to be the best candidate, or the best representative, because I'm willing to listen to what the people have to say, and I want to do what they want me to do. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now we will go to the next question and start with Dr. Benishek. Dr. Benishek, are you in favor of extending any of the Bush tax cuts that will be expiring or have expired this year? Please explain your position.
Well, I am in favor of extending the Bush tax cuts. The problem with our economy is that there is too much government spending. We need to cut government spending by a massive degree. We need to cut taxes. People aren't going to invest. Our economy is not going to improve until we cut spending at the federal level. The unemployment rate is not going to go down until we cut spending and taxes. Businesses aren't investing money. Everybody's hoarding their cash, and they have the right to do so because they're afraid of what's going to happen next. They know that with this excessive debt, next thing on the horizon is going to be a tax cut or a tax increase, including the lapse of the Bush tax cuts. Other taxes have been proposed, such as the value-added tax. The economy is not going to improve until we cut spending and cut taxes. That's the main reason I'm going, and that's what I want to preserve.
All right. Now, Mr. Hooper.
If you've been watching your television lately, things are really heating up over the Bush tax cuts. And we've got a short period of time to go now, only about a month and a half, and they're going to try and repeal them once again. I am absolutely against providing this opportunity to take the tax cuts that Bush has put into place. I'm not a great big fan of George Bush, but nevertheless, I am a fan of getting rid of taxes of any kind. This country is overtaxed, very much so. It always has been. And it seems like every time that the opposite party gets into power, they want to raise taxes. The reason that American business cannot function efficiently, like it is used to doing, is because of over-regulation, over-taxation. And so I'm definitely against taking these tax cuts and doing away with them.
Thank you. Mr. Donald.
Thank you. Well, the issue here is, should we extend the Bush tax cuts? As a general rule, tax cuts will provide a boost to the economy, and it's no secret that our economy needs a boost. I think any kind of tax reduction or tax reduction will help our economy. Therefore, with the blessings of the constituents, I would support extending the Bush tax cuts. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Stones.
Letting the Bush tax cuts expire is about the worst mistake that we can make. Basic economics tells us that if people have money to spend, they'll spend it, and that creates demand, and that creates jobs, and that's the only way we're going to grow ourselves out of this mess that we're in. The economy has to be allowed to grow. At the same time, we have to reduce spending. That's the only way that we're going to reduce the difference between the income and the outgo. Right now, we're borrowing 43 cents of every dollar that we spend. That's unacceptable. So we have to start reducing spending, starting with that which is not constitutionally based, and prioritize the rest and go forward to reduce it. In the end, the best thing that we can do is to introduce the national fair tax, which is the only mechanism that I've seen that is economically proven to be a solution for both unemployment and our national debt problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Hooper, this next question will start with you. What are your greatest foreign policy concerns, and how do you think U.S. policy should proceed in resolving your concerns?